Welcome back. Now to one of the lawmakers who changed his vote to help Mike Johnson become Speaker of the House, South Carolina Republican Congressman Ralph Norman. Congressman, thanks for being here. Tell me, why, sir, did you vote against Speaker Johnson to begin with, if there was such clear consensus that it wasn't going to be anyone else?
Let me say this. We never know how, with 435 members, how people are going to vote. I didn't know how anybody else was going to vote. We had met with Speaker Johnson yesterday for an extended period of time, and I just didn't come away with the feeling that the oomph or the willingness to fight for Trump's agenda was there. And I use as a backdrop what's happened the last 14 months, where you had 1,500-page bills, omnibills, that you couldn't read, where you had no spending cuts to offset $100 billion in new spending, where you had just no, and I know we had a slim majority, but that's over with now. What we wanted to impress with him yesterday was, are you going to fight for these things that we've been asking and suggesting for, like a balanced budget, like offsets, like really getting behind all of the Trump agenda. I knew President Trump was supporting Mike Johnson. He called, and we had a great conversation. But I knew where he stood.
What did he say to you, sir?
He just said Mike Johnson is the only one that's got the support among the body to become Speaker. And I get that. But, you know, the only way I had to let my voice be heard was what I did. I would do it again. We went into meetings, the meeting off the floor, and I said, Mike, are you going to give us specific examples of fighting for the things we mentioned? Will you give us your word? He said yes. So I said, okay, we'll take you at your word. That's why I changed my vote, and that's why he's Speaker of the House.
Did he make any concrete concessions to you?
No, there were no concessions and no quid pro quo. People are going to make up things that they were. I don't operate like that, and neither does Mike Johnson. But our thing is, my main points were what Mike knew, has known all along. I don't think he understood the opposition that was for him. You saw the ones that just did not vote or were quiet when the vote came around. But I think now he understands the fact that no more suspension votes where you rely on more Democrat votes than Republicans. That's what's killing the country. If we're going to do the same thing over and over again as we have done for the last 14 months, we're going to be in the same position. I'm just not willing to go along with that, and I didn't. And Mike gave me the assurance that he was going to.
What do you say, sir, to your colleagues who, I hear from Republicans that the GOP is good at getting in its own way. What's your response to that?
That who's getting their own way? I couldn't
Republicans
understand.
Getting their own way.
No, Republicans are free thinkers. I mean, what's an additional hour into the General Assembly where we debated this? What's wrong with that? Nothing's wrong. We're free-spirited. We have all different ideas. Not everybody agrees with me, nor do I agree with them. But having healthy discussion like we had, having healthy meetings like we did, I think makes sense. We ought to do more of it. We're not like lemmings that are going to follow this, where this country goes off the cliff, and that's where we've been headed, both Republican and Democrat. It's got to come to an end, and I was glad it worked out the way it did. Mike has got a tremendous opportunity to show the American people that not only is he just going to say it, he's going to fight it. He's going to have Trump Trump backing him up, which is all a good thing.
Do you think, though, that having this stretch out and look a little tenuous for a moment, doesn't that give the Democrats a little bit of a something to chew on?
Absolutely not. The country had the last year to chew on what's happened to them over the last 4 years under the Biden debacle. And 76 million people chose Donald Trump.
Well, what it looks like, though, to regular people, sir, what it looks like is that if the Republicans can't get all their members in line to elect a speaker and get the basic governing, functions in order, that it looks like it would be reasonable to expect that most bills are going to require Democratic votes. You don't think that's the case?
I do not. I think what's changed is we got the House, the Senate, and we got a president who's willing to exert leverage to get what's best for the country, including the spending cuts, the border wall, the crime under control, all the above. And he will force his way. And that's when we had the conversation with him. I said, Mr. President, it's going to take everything, all the political muscle you have to get this body to go along, both Republicans and whatever Democrats come along, which I don't know that they will, on his main agenda. But we're behind him. It's over with now. Did it take a little longer? Yes, but it was time well spent. And the people who are disagreeing with me the most or texting me, my response to them, if they had seen everything that was discussed, they would agree with me.
Did you hear from anybody who was threatening your seat or saying they might primary you when you were holding up this process?
Look, I have never. The answer is yes, but I've always had that. Look, I've never based my vote on what my political future was. If people want to primary me, do it. If they want to run somebody else, it's a free country. And it makes all of us better. So I don't respond to that, and neither do I respond to threats of people doing different things. I do what I think is right, and that's why I'm in the political arena, and that's why I'm here to represent the people of the 5th District. And I think we're going to have a good next 4 years.
All right, Congressman Ralph Norman, thank you very much for speaking with us. Appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.